Every day you wake up with two options: to repeat yesterday or to improve it. And improvement doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. Life doesn't reward the person who is only busy. It rewards the person who is growing. So today, I want to share with you 10 things you must improve daily if you want your life to rise above average. The first thing you must improve every single day is your mindset, because everything you see, everything you decide, and everything you become begins in the mind. Your mindset is not just the way you think. It is the lens through which you view the world. Two people can face the same challenge, yet one sees an impossible wall while the other sees a mountain worth climbing. The difference is not in the size of the obstacle, but in the strength of the perspective. The world will always throw you problems, disappointments, and moments where giving up feels easier. But it is the person who has trained their mind to see opportunity in difficulty that turns setbacks into stepping stones. This is why you cannot afford to start your day without adjusting and sharpening the way you think. If your thoughts are negative, even the best opportunities will feel like traps. You could have the resources, the connections, and the timing in your favor, but if your mind is constantly whispering, you're not good enough, you will sabotage yourself before you even try. On the other hand, if your thoughts are focused on solutions, growth, and possibility, even a small door can look like the beginning of something extraordinary. It's not magic, it's mental conditioning. Just like a muscle grows stronger with daily exercise, your mindset grows sharper with daily training. And if you don't train it, the world will train it for you with fear, doubt, and distractions. Many people underestimate the power of mindset because they think it's just about positive thinking, but it is so much more. It's not about ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about choosing the thoughts that empower you to act despite imperfection. It's about replacing the question, why is this happening to me, with what can I do with this situation? It's about refusing to let fear be the loudest voice in the room. When your mindset is strong, you don't just react to life, you create the life you want. You stop waiting for motivation and start building discipline. You stop blaming the economy, the boss, or the government, and you start asking, what's in my control today? That single shift changes everything. But you must understand, mindset is not fixed. It is shaped by what you feed it every day. If you start your morning scrolling through negativity on social media, you are already programming your brain for comparison, distraction, and frustration before your day even begins. If you constantly surround yourself with people who complain, who fear change, and who tell you it's impossible, you will absorb their limits without even realizing it. Your mind is like a garden. If you don't plant the seeds you want, weeds will grow by default. So every day you have a choice. Will you feed your mind with fear or with courage, with doubt or with determination? The second thing you must improve every day is your health discipline. Because without health, every dream you have is at risk. You can have the greatest vision, the best strategies, and the strongest work ethic. But if your body collapses, your ambitions collapse with it. Too many people treat their health as if it is a spare part that can be replaced later, forgetting that you only get one body, and it is the engine that carries you through your entire life. You can't run at full speed if your fuel tank is empty. You can't give your best to your family, your work, or your goals if you are constantly running on exhaustion and poor habits. And yet in the rush to make it, people sacrifice sleep, skip meals, neglect exercise, and think they're winning until their body sends the bill. And by then, the cost is higher than they imagined. Health discipline is not just about avoiding sickness. It's about creating a state of energy and vitality that allows you to perform at your highest level every single day. Think about it. When you wake up with energy, clarity, and focus, the world feels different. You make better decisions. You handle stress with more patience. You work faster, think smarter, and stay consistent longer. But when you wake up feeling tired, heavy, and sluggish, even the smallest challenges feel overwhelming. This is why health must be treated as your foundation, not as an afterthought. Too often, people believe that taking care of their health requires hours in the gym or a strict diet that makes life miserable. That's not true. Health discipline is about small, consistent choices that compound over time. It's choosing water over soda. It's taking the stairs instead of the elevator. It's giving yourself 20 minutes to stretch, walk, or move your body instead of scrolling endlessly through your phone. These small actions might seem insignificant today, but multiplied over weeks, months, and years, they transform your life. Your body is a reflection of your habits, and your habits are built one decision at a time. You also have to understand that health is not just physical. It's mental and emotional as well. The food you eat affects your mood and focus. The amount of sleep you get determines how clearly you think. The way you manage stress impacts your immune system and overall well-being. You can't build a healthy body while carrying a toxic mind. That's why health discipline means taking care of all parts of you. Nourishing your body with the right fuel, protecting your mind from negativity, and giving yourself enough rest to recover. And here's the truth, the world we live in today makes it easy to destroy our health without realizing it. Fast food is everywhere. Screens keep us sitting for hours. Stress has become normal. If you are not intentional about protecting your health, the default path will lead you to burnout. That's why you must make health discipline a daily, non-negotiable practice. Not once in a while, not when it's convenient, every single day. The third thing you must improve daily is your skills, because in today's world, the speed at which you learn is the speed at which you grow. Skills are the currency of the future, and if you stop learning, you stop earning. Not just money, but opportunities, influence, and respect. Look around you. Industries change, technology evolves, and the world doesn't slow down to wait for anyone. What worked 5 years ago might already be outdated today, and what works now might be irrelevant in the next 3 years. The people who succeed are not always the most talented. They are the ones who keep upgrading themselves while others stay the same. Every new skill you learn is a new door you can open. When you improve your abilities, you increase your value, not just to your employer or your business, but to yourself. You gain confidence because you know you can adapt, you can solve problems, and you can handle challenges others can't. Skills give you options, and options give you freedom. Without them, you become trapped in the limits of what you already know, depending on luck or others to move forward. And depending on luck is a dangerous strategy for life. Some people say, "I'm too busy to learn," but that's like saying you're too busy driving to stop for fuel. If you never refuel, it's only a matter of time before you stop completely. The truth is, you don't need to spend hours a day studying to grow your skills. You just need to commit to consistent learning. Read 10 pages of a good book. Watch a 15-minute tutorial. Practice something new for half an hour. Even small investments in your growth done daily compound into life-changing results. It's important to remember that skill upgrade is not just about formal education or certificates. It's about becoming better in areas that matter to your goals and your life. If you're in business, learn how to sell better, negotiate better, and understand people better. If you're a student, don't just chase grades. Chase understanding, creativity, and problem solving. If you're working in a career, learn the skills that make you indispensable. The ones that will still be relevant even if your industry changes. The most successful people in the world are not those who know everything. They are those who never stop being students. They are curious, humble enough to ask questions, and brave enough to try something new. They see learning not as a phase of life, but as a way of life. And when others complain that the world is moving too fast, they smile because they've prepared for it. But here's the challenge. Upgrading your skills often means stepping outside your comfort zone. It means struggling, making mistakes, feeling awkward, and sometimes even failing. That's why most people avoid it. But every skill you master was once something you didn't know how to do. Every expert you admire was once a beginner. The difference between them and everyone else is that they were willing to stay in the discomfort long enough to grow. The fourth thing you must improve every single day is your time management. Because time is the one resource every human being is given equally. Yet it is the one most people waste without realizing it. You can lose money and make it back. You can lose possessions and replace them. But once a day is gone, it is gone forever. Time is the silent currency of life, and how you spend it determines the quality of your future. The difference between those who achieve extraordinary success and those who remain stuck in the same place for years is not intelligence, luck, or talent. It's how they use their hours. Every single day you receive a gift of 24 hours. That's 1,440 minutes. The question is, How many of those minutes are you truly investing? And how many are you simply burning away? Most people don't fail because they don't have enough time. They fail because they don't know where their time is going. Hours disappear into endless scrolling, meaningless conversations, or tasks that make them busy but not productive. Then they wonder why the results they dream about never come. The truth is, your life will always follow the direction of where your time goes. Managing time doesn't mean cramming every second with work. It means aligning your time with your priorities. If your health is important, it must have a place in your schedule. If your family matters, they must have your undistracted presence, not just whatever minutes are left over. If your dreams are important, they cannot wait for when you have time. You must create time for them. Too often, people say, "I'll start when I'm less busy," not realizing that life will always find a way to keep them busy. You don't find time for what matters, you make time for it. The key is to become intentional with your hours. That means planning your day before it starts, identifying your most important tasks, and eliminating the distractions that steal your focus. It means learning to say no to things that do not serve your purpose. It means replacing wasting habits with time-building ones. You cannot do everything, but you can do the right things. And that makes all the difference. Think about the most successful people you know. They are not superhuman, and they do not have extra hours in their day. They simply treat their time as a precious investment rather than a casual gift. They protect it fiercely. They know that an hour spent learning is worth more than an hour spent complaining. They know that minutes used to take action are far more valuable than hours lost in hesitation. And here's the truth. How you spend your time today will decide the story you tell tomorrow. If you waste it, tomorrow will be full of excuses. If you invest it, tomorrow will be full of options. Time is the soil where your future grows, and every day you either plant seeds of progress or weeds of regret. The fifth thing you must improve every single day is your communication power, because in life, you don't always get what you deserve. You often get what you can communicate. You may have brilliant ideas, valuable skills, or life-changing solutions, but if you cannot express them clearly, persuasively, and with confidence, they will remain hidden. The world does not just reward those who work hard, it rewards those who can connect their value to others in a way that is understood and appreciated. Communication is not just about speaking, it is about connecting. It is about making another person feel heard, understood, and valued. Some people believe that communication is about talking more, but often, the most powerful communicator in the room is the one who listens with genuine attention. When you listen deeply, you learn not only the words people say, but the emotions and intentions behind them. This is how trust is built, and trust is the foundation of every meaningful relationship, whether in business, family, or friendship. The truth is, communication is a skill that can transform your career, your relationships, and your influence. Think about it. Promotions are not always given to the smartest person in the room, but to the one who can clearly explain ideas and inspire action. Opportunities are not always given to the most talented, but to the one who can express their value confidently and leave a lasting impression. Leaders are not just people with authority. They are people who can use words to unite others toward a shared vision. Improving your communication power starts with self-awareness. Ask yourself, how do I speak under pressure? Do I explain my thoughts in a way that is clear and simple? Or do I leave people confused? Do I dominate conversations? Or do I make space for others to speak? Do my words build people up, or do they pull people down? Every interaction is a chance to practice, to refine, and to get better. You cannot expect to speak like a leader if you only practice when it's important. The daily conversations you have are your training ground. You must also understand that your tone, body language, and energy speak just as loudly as your words. You can say the right thing, but if your tone is cold or your body language shows disinterest, the message will be lost. People don't just listen to what you say, they feel how you say it. That's why great communicators don't just deliver information, they deliver emotion. They make people feel the urgency, the hope, the vision behind their words. And communication is not just for big speeches or presentations. It's in the way you greet people, the way you respond to emails, the way you handle conflict, and the way you express gratitude. Every word you speak is either building a bridge or a wall between you and others. If you can master this skill, You can open doors that talent alone could never unlock. The sixth thing you must improve every single day is your financial awareness, because money is not just about numbers. It is about choices, security, and the freedom to live life on your terms. Too many people spend their entire lives working for money without learning how money works for them. They wake up, go to work, get paid, and spend, and the cycle repeats. But without awareness, without control, that cycle turns into a trap where months become years, and years become decades, with nothing to show for all the effort. Financial awareness is not about becoming obsessed with wealth or chasing money at the expense of everything else. It is about understanding how your decisions today affect your stability tomorrow. It's about knowing where your money goes, not wondering at the end of the month why it's gone. It's about replacing the habit of emotional spending with the discipline of intentional investing. You don't have to be a financial genius to do this. You just need the willingness to track, learn, and make better choices daily. The truth is, most financial problems are not caused by how much we earn, but by how we manage what we have. There are people earning modest incomes who live with freedom and security because they manage wisely, and there are others earning much more who are trapped in debt and stress because they spend without thinking. Without awareness, more income often leads to more expenses, not more security. This is why growing your financial knowledge is as important as growing your income. Improving financial awareness starts with simple daily habits. Track your expenses, not once a year, but every day. Know how much of your income is going to necessities, how much to savings, and how much to things that add no long-term value. Every time you spend, ask yourself, is this helping me get closer to my goals or pulling me further away? Over time, these small questions build a mindset that sees money as a tool, not just a reward. You must also learn the difference between assets and liabilities. An asset puts money into your pocket, a liability takes money out. The problem is, many people mistake liabilities for assets. They think a new car or luxury item makes them richer when in reality, it only drains their resources. Financial awareness means looking beyond appearances and understanding the true impact of every purchase you make. And here's another truth. If you don't control your money will control you. It will dictate where you live, what opportunities you can take, and even how much time you can spend with your loved ones. This is why financial awareness is not optional, it's essential. The freedom to say yes to the life you want is built on the discipline to say no to unnecessary expenses today. The seventh thing you must improve every single day is your ability to build and maintain strong relationships. Because no matter how skilled, intelligent, or hardworking you are, success is never a solo journey. Every great opportunity in life comes from people. People who believe in you, support you, and open doors you couldn't open on your own. And here's the truth most people don't realize. You are only one connection away from the breakthrough you've been waiting for. But that connection will never come if you don't make it a priority to build genuine relationships. Networking is not about collecting business cards, adding random contacts, or trying to meet as many people as possible. Real networking is about building trust, offering value, and creating long-term bonds that go beyond self-interest. It's about showing up for people before you need them. Too many people make the mistake of only reaching out when they want something. And that approach destroys trust before it even begins. Strong relationships are built on giving before asking, on helping without expecting, and on showing up consistently in small ways that matter. You have to understand, people can sense when you are only interested in them for your own gain. That's why genuine interest is the foundation of all meaningful connections. When you meet someone, focus on learning about their goals, their challenges, and their passions. Listen more than you talk. Remember small details. Follow up. The simplest act of remembering someone's name, checking in on their progress, or celebrating their wins can make you unforgettable in their eyes. The quality of your relationships often determines the quality of your opportunities. If you surround yourself with negative, fearful, and unmotivated people, their mindset will rub off on you. But if you build relationships with people who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to grow, you will naturally rise to a higher level. It's not about using people to climb. It's about growing together so that when one rises, the others rise too. In business, relationships are the bridge between your skills and your success. In life, relationships are the bridge between your dreams and your fulfillment. Think about it. A strong network can help you find mentors who guide you, partners who collaborate with you, and friends who support you when times are hard. And the best part is, when you invest in people without keeping score, the rewards often come back to you in ways you never expected. But you can't build relationships overnight. They grow through consistent actions. Send that message. Make that call. Show up to that event. Share knowledge freely. Introduce people to each other. Be the kind of person others want to recommend, not just because of what you do, but because of who you are. Over time, these small acts create a network of trust, loyalty, and opportunity that can carry you further than talent or hard work alone ever could. The eighth thing you must improve every single day is your resilience and adaptability. Because no matter how carefully you plan your life, the world will not always follow your script. Challenges will come without warning, plans will fall apart, and situations will change in ways you never imagined. In those moments, it is not the strongest who survive, nor the smartest. It is those who can bend without breaking, who can adjust their sails when the wind changes direction. Life is not about avoiding storms. It's about learning how to navigate through them. Resilience is your ability to get back up after you've been knocked down. It's the voice inside that says, "This is hard, but I am harder." It's the strength to keep going when the finish line has moved further away. Adaptability is your ability to change your approach when the old way no longer works. It's the wisdom to know when to hold on and when to let go, when to fight harder and when to shift strategy. Together, resilience and adaptability are like the wings of a bird. Without both, you cannot truly fly forward in life. Think about it. The most successful people are not those who never failed. They are the ones who refuse to be defined by their failures. They didn't say, "This is the end." They said, "This is the lesson." They didn't waste energy wishing the world stayed the same. They learned to thrive in the new conditions. The job market changes. Industries transform, technology evolves. And sometimes your personal life gets shaken in ways you never expected. In those times, your mindset must be flexible enough to adjust, yet strong enough to persist. Every day you can train resilience and adaptability in small ways. When something doesn't go according to plan, instead of getting frustrated, ask yourself, what's my next move? When someone criticizes your work, instead of shutting down, see if there's something valuable in their feedback. When a problem appears, resist the urge to complain endlessly and instead start listing possible solutions. These small habits prepare you for the bigger storms, so when they come, you don't freeze, you act. The danger of lacking resilience is that life will feel like it's always pushing you backward. The danger of lacking adaptability is that you'll try to fight new battles with outdated weapons. Both will leave you stuck. But when you have resilience, you can withstand pressure without crumbling. When you have adaptability, you can move with change instead of being crushed by it. Together, they make you unstoppable because there is no situation you cannot face, no challenge you cannot grow from. And here's the truth. Change is not your enemy. Resistance to change is. Problems are not the end. Your refusal to learn from them is. Life will test you, bend you, and sometimes break you down. But with resilience and adaptability, you can turn even the toughest seasons into the very moments that define your strength. The ninth thing you must improve every single day is your ability to contribute to others. Because true success is not measured by what you accumulate, but by the value you create in the lives of those around you. You can chase wealth, power, and recognition, but if your life leaves no impact, if it does not make a difference to anyone but yourself, then the victory is hollow. Contribution is what turns ordinary effort into extraordinary legacy, and it is the one force in life that multiplies itself over time. Contribution is not only about grand gestures. It's not about giving millions of dollars or building massive organizations. True contribution begins in the everyday choices to help, support, and uplift the people around you. It's the colleague you mentor, the friend you encourage, the stranger you treat with kindness. It's the willingness to share knowledge, to listen without judgment, and to offer time when it matters most. These small acts ripple outward, touching lives in ways you may never see, creating an invisible network of influence and gratitude that eventually finds its way back to you. Think about the people you admire most in the world. Almost without exception, they are remembered not only for what they achieved for themselves, but for how they helped others achieve their dreams. Their success was inseparable from their generosity. They understood a simple truth: when you give, you create trust, loyalty, and connection, and those are far more powerful than money, fame, or titles. Contribution transforms your work into meaning, your efforts into purpose, and your life into a story worth telling. Every day offers countless opportunities to contribute, yet most people overlook them. They focus on what they can get, what they can achieve, and what they can protect. But the most fulfilling lives are built on what you can give. It's easy to assume that you must have a lot to help, but in reality, every person has something valuable to offer. A kind word, a helpful skill, a listening ear, or even a moment of patience can change someone's day, and sometimes their entire trajectory. Contribution is about recognizing that your impact is not measured in grandiosity, but in consistency and sincerity. When you contribute, you also grow. Giving forces you to step outside your comfort zone, to see the world through another person's eyes, and to act with empathy and understanding. It teaches humility because you realize that success is not solely yours, it is shared. Contribution makes you part of something bigger than yourself. The world will test you, push you, and challenge you. But when you focus on creating value for others, your own struggles gain meaning and your victories become collective. And here is the essential truth: contribution is not a burden. It is a privilege. It is the bridge between ambition and purpose, between talent and legacy. When you focus daily on how you can add value, on how you can lift someone else while pursuing your own goals, life stops being just about achievement and becomes about significance, connection, and enduring impact. The 10th thing you must improve every single day is your practice of daily reflection, because no matter how hard you work, how disciplined you are, or how many skills you acquire, growth cannot happen without looking back, understanding, and learning from your experiences. Reflection is the mirror of your life. It allows you to pause, step back, and see where your efforts have been fruitful, where mistakes have been made, and where you need to change course. Without reflection, life becomes a series of actions without direction, a path walked blindly without understanding whether you are moving toward your goals or simply running in circles. Daily reflection is not just about reviewing what happened. It is about asking the right questions with honesty and courage. Did I spend my time well today? Did I act with integrity and intention? Did I use my words, my skills, and my resources to add value to myself and others? Did I respond to challenges with resilience, or did I let fear and frustration control me? These questions are not meant to make you feel guilty. They are meant to make you aware. They are meant to sharpen your awareness of how your thoughts, action habits align with the life you want to create. When you reflect daily, you uncover patterns that otherwise remain hidden. You begin to notice the choices that lead to progress and the behaviors that hold you back. You learn to celebrate the small victories because they are the building blocks of success. You also learn to confront failures with clarity rather than shame, seeing them as lessons rather than dead ends. Reflection turns experience into insight and insight into action. Without it, even the hardest work can feel wasted. But with it, even small, imperfect efforts can compound into extraordinary results. The power of reflection is amplified when it becomes a daily habit. By taking just a few minutes each evening to review your day, to write down what you learned, what you accomplished, and what you will improve tomorrow, you create a feedback loop that accelerates growth. Your mind becomes clearer, your decisions become wiser, and your sense of purpose becomes sharper. Over time, this habit turns ordinary individuals into extraordinary ones because they are no longer drifting through life. They are consciously shaping it. Reflection also strengthens gratitude. By reviewing your day, you see not only the challenges you've faced, but also the people, opportunities, and moments that made progress possible. Gratitude fuels motivation, resilience, and positivity. It reminds you that life is not just about achieving goals, but about appreciating the journey and the resources, relationships, and lessons that guide you along the way. Ultimately, daily reflection is the key that connects effort with growth, experience with wisdom, and action with intention. It is the habit that allows you to continuously improve, learn from every success and failure, and move closer to the person you are meant to become. Without reflection, your life can feel like a series of disconnected days. With reflection, every day becomes a stepping stone toward mastery, purpose, and fulfillment. If you commit to this practice, no mistake will be wasted, No lesson will be forgotten, and every day, no matter how challenging, will move you forward toward your highest potential.